Currently loading dark water divination. Please enjoy. Oh my god. I started recording because I wanted to show that this was like going crazy. The flame was just like, right? And as soon as I recorded, as soon as I hit record, it immediately calmed down. Hi, my name is Brianna. I'm a psychic medium and an intuitive reader, and I have a love reading here for you. What's really crazy is I feel like there is some sort of, I feel like there's a lot of emotion going on right now, but you're having to be calm, or vice versa. You might be dealing with somebody who has a lot of emotions, but they're having to be calm right now. I just saw 44, so that could mean something for you guys. But we are going to get into it. I can already kind of feel it. I lit that just a little bit too much, but we're just gonna deal with it. I just saw 344 on the recorder, so lots of numbers, lots of synchronicities. I feel like emotions and energy is like really high right now. I feel like there's just like a lot going on and a lot in the air. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm going to allow spirit to come in. Please allow me to communicate nothing but the truth and only the truth. Please guide us towards the most beneficial and truthful information. I open myself up now. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see. What would you like the collective to know about love? What would you like the collective to know about their love life? There's a lot of divine guidance. I can absolutely feel that. There's a lot of divine guidance and a lot of like divine help in things. It's almost like the divine is playing chess when it comes to your love life. Let's do one more shuffle. What would you like the collective to know about their love life? What would you like the collective to know about their love life? Interesting. So the very first card out is the King of Swords. Yeah, there's something strategic. There's something purposeful about this. I also feel like there could be a masculine energy right now that is, again, holding back, having to be calm, but like observing or watching you, calculating and understanding, strategizing, and sort of collecting information, collecting data. I also feel like there's a masculine energy here who is beginning to be more in tune with their intuition, or more so how they might put it is connecting to their instincts, their inner instincts. There's some sort of knowledge, information, or maybe some sort of like sudden epiphany that they may be receiving in something, some sort of significant download. Let's see. What else is going on for the collective in love? What else is going on for the collective in love? Ooh, so we have the Ace of Pentacles here. So a brand new opportunity coming in the physical and the 3D is what I'm hearing specifically. I also feel like there's some sort of new opportunity, new beginning, or some sort of new gift that is being put together for you or is in the works for you, and I feel like is going to be coming in from this masculine energy, but I feel like there's going to be some sort of movement or some sort of new beginning in the physical as well, or at the very least I feel like there is a masculine energy who is planting seeds in the physical with the idea of long term in mind, if this makes sense. So planting seeds with the understanding that this is going to be an investment that is going to take time instead of this being like a quick thing, but understanding that this is the beginnings of something. Let's see. What else would you like the collective to know? Ooh. Ooh, yes, fours. Didn't we say that earlier? I feel like we did. We have the Four of Wands here. This is reunion, this is celebration, this is joy. This is also stability or coming together. So for some of you, you could be coming into union with this person, and that is what this Ace of Pentacles is a physical representation of the union. Some of you could be deepening your relationship or your connection with this person and taking it to a deeper level, or there just could be an energy of stabilization or an energy of working together and being happy. I also feel like this is somebody that you feel quite free with. I also feel like this is, again, there's something about long term here. So I feel very much like this is somebody that you could see yourself with long term. I just saw 202 when I looked to make sure that everything was still recording. So I feel like twos are significant, but also twos is like union, balance, harmony. But mirroring numbers could be significant for you guys as well. Let's see. Speaking of communication, very interesting. And speaking of twos, ooh, on the bottom we have Knight of Cups. This is romance. They're taking action towards romance, towards following your heart. I just saw 7-11 on the timer. More synchronicities. We have the Eight of Wands here. This is typically fast, rapid movement. This is quick progression as well, or this is just quick communication, quick information coming in. This is literally focusing on everything but the card. Somebody is strategizing or preparing things that they need to be able to bring to you or communicate to you. With this Two of Pentacles that we have here, I feel like this is somebody who is trying to juggle or bring balance to their life, bring balance to the physical world. This could also be somebody who may be working a lot and is trying to bring balance in the sense of their personal life, and I feel like that's another reason why they're sort of hanging back, or why it may feel like they're a little bit detached, because the King of Swords is typically quite a detached energy, more observing. He's more of an observer than he is like an action taker. Like the King of Wands, so to speak, will be the most obvious in a room, whereas the King of Swords in that same room similarly would be the dude hanging back in the back, observing and watching everything and taking in all the knowledge. That's sort of what this person is doing, in the sense of they're hanging back and sort of observing what is going on, and really sort of, this is a very calculating energy, and I feel like they're very focused in what it is that they are trying to plan. I feel like this is quite serious for this person as well. They're definitely invested in this. The King of Swords, again, is quite a serious energy. This is also somebody who is quite intelligent as well. Again, very strategic. They understand the powers of their moves and how that can change the landscape of things. Let's get another card. There are romantic feelings here for sure. With all of this like detached and intellectual speak, I do just want to preface and confirm that there are romantic feelings here. This person does want to take action towards you. I do feel like they have a heart-centered connection towards you, or like a deep emotional connection towards you. However, right now I feel like this is just somebody who is detached. They do feel quite joyful here, but what I feel like they are planning is a new beginning in which they are able to be united with you or come together with you in some sort of way that is not as restrictive as things are right now. I hope that that makes sense. We have talk about restrictions. We have the devil coming out here. So this is typically a card of restrictions, of addictions, of obsession, of negative thinking, of attachments. And I have that right under the card that I was just speaking of, feeling unrestricted. There is, some sort of focus on balancing the things in their life that is not right or toxic or negative, restrictive in any sort of way. I feel like liberation is the name of the game in which they are trying to be a player of, if that makes sense. Justice on the bottom of the deck, more balance and harmony, or at least the intention of. But I feel like with this justice in particular, I feel like this is the divine coming in to sort of balance things out, write things out. But also with this sword here that justice typically carries, that's the sword of truth, the Ace of Swords. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of revelation or breakthrough, which I feel like we may have suggested earlier, hinted at earlier. There's some sort of communication, or not communication, there's going to be some sort of download specifically that's going to come in almost like in divine timing, or some sort of unexpected revelation that comes in that's almost like a missing piece of the puzzle for this person, in the sense of how to become liberated, how to balance things out, and how to do so in a fair, just, and honest way. I feel like this is not somebody who typically is, I don't feel like they're bad or evil or have negative or toxic intentions in any sort of the way. I feel like they are trying to do this in a very fair and honest way, hence the sort of level or air of detachment that they seem to be carrying within themselves. A lot of their focus seems to be balancing their physical or balancing their career. They could potentially be trying to level up in their career as well. Plant the seeds for something in their career, or they've already started to plant the seeds for something. Interesting. We have the Five of Pentacles. Let's get clarification for this Five of Pentacles, please. The Page of Cups in reverse. I want just one more clarification. Bottom of the deck. Okay. Thank you. So we have the Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Wands in reverse. For whatever reason, there is an energy here of somebody feeling left out in the cold, of feeling very naive. And it potentially could have something to do with some sort of competition, or, with the heartbreak underneath Three of Swords. This is very interesting energy. There could be some sort of third-party energy that you or the person that you were connected to could be involved with, that sort of makes this person feel like they need to it's almost like a feeling of needing to fight for a place in someone's life, and needing to do that brings in a sense of worthiness. But also there's almost like an awareness of how immature that mindset perspective is. I feel like that is the revelation that is coming in for this person, or for whoever may be feeling this. Yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles or the Judgment card and Judgment card, there's a call to action to recognize this energy, and through this recognition there could be some sort of heartbreak or separation. And understanding in the ways in which they allow themselves to stay or fight out of a sense of familiarity. Knowing that they're not where they need to be, but it's familiar, and so they sort of just keep fighting. But it's almost like they're recognizing the cycle in which this plays, how this plays within their life. And coming to an understanding of how they can liberate themselves from this. Let's close out with an oracle message. There's a lot of heavy energy, kind of like the candle, how it started. There's a lot of, and the Five of Wands, that looks like a candle kind of sputtering out, or at least it does to me. The wands all in the middle, it's sort of just like a chaotic. There's order and chaos. What is that phrase? Is that just the phrase order and chaos? I feel like this person's very good at recognizing patterns. I really feel like that's the pattern that they're going to end up recognizing, or the revelation, the wisdom, the download that's going to come in. Let's see. What would you like the collective to know about this connection? What would you like the collective to know about this connection? What would you like the collective to know about this connection? Woo. Okay, so a lot to be said. How cool is that? So we had in the tarot cards with the new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. We have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, which is pretty cool. I'm also recording this on the new moon, so just more confirmation. But a new romantic cycle begins. What the very first card that came out is meditate and contemplate. So what I've experienced personally is when there's a lot of energy happening and going on, it's almost easier to handle it by slowing down and meditating, thinking about things. This is very much King of Swords energy too, in the sense of detaching and allowing yourself to observe the energy, observe what's going on, and think about it, right? Taking it into consideration. We have, what do you need to release? So for some of you, you may have just released a connection. This card essentially says that was correct. It is safe for you to let go. That is exactly what you were supposed to do, because now it is time to move forward to what is better. But if you have not yet released something or let something go, this card is basically asking you to look at, think, meditate, and contemplate on what it is that you do need to release. Vice versa, I feel like this is what this person is doing as well. With that Devil card, and with all of the cards that came out afterwards, I definitely feel like there is something that this person is needing to let go of or release. And again, I feel like that's what they are coming into the recognition of. Whether it is an internal energy or an external third-party energy, there is something here that they are needing to release and let go of, and they're having to detach and observe, really, to understand exactly what it is that they need. The tracker on my camera right now is going nuts, and it cannot figure out where to land, what to focus on. I've never seen it do that before. It's going kind of everywhere, very chaotic. Again, there's a lot of energy happening right now, and it's taking a lot of focus for me to be able to ground this right now, to even understand what's going on. So I feel like that's sort of like where you are at. You can feel and you understand that there's like a lot of emotions and a lot of energy right now. And so what I also feel like this card is saying is what you need to release for you is to release any energy that is not yours, that you don't need to carry or that you don't want to carry. It is okay to detach from this person and still have feelings for them. Both can be true. It's just you're not attached to the outcome or attached to their emotions. You can feel it, you can recognize it, and then you can release it and let it go and allow them to take care of that on their own, and then you take care of yourself in the best way possible that you know how, and in the ways that you know that you need, if that makes sense. I hope that that makes sense. Then the next card we have is bring love into the situation. I feel like bring love to both you and this situation and them, as what it feels like they're going through is pretty heavy energy. There's lots of like purples and blues here, so I feel like you could be receiving a lot of telepathic information or a lot of telepathic communication, telepathic feelings from this person. I also feel like there's, again, something about communication, or at least in the sense of something like airy, something really intellectual about this. Huge heavy emphasis on the telepathy. I feel like that's mainly actually where most of the communication is telepathic, especially through numbers. All that I've seen this entire time is literally just numbers, especially progressing numbers as well. So, which to me is just meaning that there's momentum, there's movement happening, especially good progression moving. I'm seeing 3 of Wands in my mind's eye, so moving forward and progressing in your travels and in your plans and in the things that you have planted in your intentions. The next card that we have is surrender to the divine. Full moon. There's something significant about this month or the next 28 days for whatever reason, because we have 2 new moon cards and then 2 full moon cards and then 2 oh my gosh, sorry, we have believe in the impossible, blue moon. I'm laughing because a blue moon is 2 full moons in 1 month, and we have 2 full moons in this reading, so I thought that was kind of funny, and 2 new moons. But believe in the impossible. I feel like you guys may feel like you are up against something that may be impossible, especially when it comes to your romantic situation or your romantic life in general, especially with this Page of Cups, with it being reversed for them, but I feel like it's upright for you. This may be a situation where you're kind of like, yeah, when pigs fly is when this will happen. 2, 3, 4 is what I just saw. Again, with the numbers, the progression, there's a lot of synchronicity to this, and there's a lot of telepathic communication as confirmation of what you feel and what you are receiving. But there's a need to surrender to the divine, because there's some sort of help, there's some sort of guidance, and I feel like it's a heavy guidance, heavy help. I'm seeing now the Eight of Pentacles in my mind's eye, which is working through karmic cycles that have sort of plagued your soul for not only this lifetime, but like past lifetimes. So this is working through past life karmic cycles. There's a lot of heavy lifting that is needing to be done from both sides, but I feel like specifically from the side of the person that you are working with, which is another reason to bring love into the situation, because there's an understanding of the depths of which the work that they're having to do. You understand where they're coming from and what they're doing, because you have had to do the same sort of work. And I feel like you're also just in the same sort of season that they're in. It just looks a little bit different. You are needing to just right now surrender, meditate, and contemplate, know and understand that there are new beginnings coming, and that you sort of just don't really need to do anything right now other than release what no longer serves you and detach from energies or situations or things that are not beneficial in this very moment. If it doesn't serve you to deal with it or handle it right now, then don't. Yeah, with this winter card and the blue, I feel like you guys are very much in a season of winter in the sense of being abandoned or like separate, detached, minimal physical communication currently. However, I feel like there's something about this next 28 days that will change, or there's going to be some sort of revelation or download or discovery that comes in that ends up allowing a release of karmic cycles that then sparks a new beginning in the physical. Yeah, I feel like that's it. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope that this helps. I hope that this brought you some sort of confirmation. If you did like this video, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you would like to join the family, I'd love to have you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.